are you feeling today, Austin?
Feel great.
JJ just talked about this being one of the best practices for you guys. How do you see that translating now, obviously, to game two?
We watch, what happened game one, and hopefully we can, just right our wrongs. We played bad. They shot the ball really well. They're obviously a really good team that's physical. We got to, match that. So tomorrow it'll be, different story.
You guys have been a team when it's been in rhythm, has played really well on both ends of the floor. How did you think the week off showed up in that game? We've seen it a couple times this year where you guys have had breaks, fires, all-star break, injuries and stuff like that, where then when you guys have gotten back together, it hasn't been an instant click. Did the game feel like any of those other kind of like out of sort games?
Yeah, a little bit. But they wasn't in the play-in either, so they had kind of similar situation. So they just come out, more sharp and kicked our ass. So we got to be better. Today was a really good practice. So yeah, we're looking forward to tomorrow.
What is it about what they did that maybe you weren't anticipating?
I don't really think anything. They played that way throughout the whole season. They play hard as shit every possession. They got guys that guard the ball really well. They're good defensively, and like I said, that coaching staff does a good job of having them prepared to play. Every single game that they played. From game one to now. So I don't think they played any different. They did what their identity was.
When you were watching the film, what in particular stood out with yourself in terms of things that you looked to do differently? What jumped out at you?
That I played shitty. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't myself. To what the reason was, don't know. But I just got to go out there, be myself, play my game, and have fun doing it.
You guys didn't get called for a foul, I think, for like the first quarter and a half of the game. Do you view that as an indictment of how physical you guys were being defensively? I mean, obviously you don't want to foul, but
You're saying the lack of physicality. Yeah, it's probably a good indication of that.
do you think when you guys are playing hard, that's been like a core identity of this team for sure? So when you see that on film, what does it look like?
Us not playing hard?
No, when you guys are playing hard, like what are the things where do you look most different? Do you think than when you guys looked in game one?
Just think it's the how connected we are when everybody's giving it, everything they have on every possession. You're more locked into every detail on both ends of the floor, and that's what the playoffs is about, is winning on small details. So unfortunately we didn't do it the first game, but it's his first to win 4 games, so it's not the end of the day.
Publicly, of course, like a lot is made about game ones. It's the first time everybody sees the two teams play. People just kind of make a lot of conclusions based off these games. Internally, though, with the team, what do you all think about this game one and how that performance will help you moving forward in game two?
It's a good wake-up call. Like I said, they're a hell of a team that I believe battled some injury problems and didn't get off to the start that they wanted to, and then they've been one of the best teams over the last, I think, 20 or so games. So it was never a lack of talent or ability to play the game or how they play it, that they were in that play-in area and then fought themselves back to that 6th seed. So it's a wake-up call in the sense of we have to be prepared every single possession.
How do you guys,
Last question.
in terms of playing with the tip? Julius and I mentioned that a lot. I saw you been watching back on the film. We'll try to get you on the deep seal. They all of the players mentioned you in the tilt defense and how you guys will react to that and find an open man in the corner 3. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on how you feel like you guys play with the tilt.
With us running
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it wasn't good enough. I feel like when we did our schemes and game plans, it was successful, especially for the first shot. But when you give up X amount of offensive rebounds for 20 plus points. It's deflating and it's hard to recover from because therefore you're taking the ball out of the basket every single possession. You don't really get transition points or have opportunities to get up and down in transition. So I feel like when we did what we were asked to do, we were successful, but we just didn't finish possessions for the most part and had some defensive breakdowns, some uncharacteristic issues throughout the flow of the whole game. Appreciate y'all.
Dorian's coming up next.
Go ahead. Tell them what you call